Do you know it's story time, story time, story time? Do you know it's story time in our classroom today? The title of this story is Wemberly Worried by Kevin Hangs. Now, friends, we're going to read Wemberly Worried again. You may remember that in this story, Wemberly worries about everything, especially about the first day of school. What things worried Wemberly? What helped Wemberly's worries about school go away? How did Wemberly feel by the end of the story? So let's reread the story again. This will be our second time reading Wemberly Worried. And we're going to look for this word again, worried, when you can't stop thinking about something or when you feel nervous or scared about something, okay? So in the story, we're going to find the word worried. Let's begin. Wemberly worried. Wemberly worried about everything. Big things. I wanted to make sure you were still here. Little things. And things in between. Mama, what if I shrink? Wemberly worried in the morning. She worried at night. And she worried throughout the day. There's our word, worried. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. If you look here, Grandma's shirt says, go with the flow. That means just take things as they come, okay? You don't have to worry about things until you get to it. So Wemberly just keeps worrying about everything. How do you think that makes her parents and grandmother feel? Let Miss Castine know. At home, Wemberly worried about the tree in the front yard. What if it falls on her house? And the crack in the living room wall. What if it gets bigger and something comes out of it? And the noise the radiators made. What if there's a snake inside? At the playground, Wemberly worried about the chains on the swings and the bolts on the slide and the bars on the jungle gym. Too rusty, too loose, too high. And always worried about her doll, Petal. Shouldn't Petal have a car seat too? Petals is lost forever. I found her, sweetie. I'll wait for you, Petal. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. When Wemberly was especially worried, she rubbed Petal's ears. Wemberly worried that if she didn't stop worrying, Petal would have no ears left at all. On her birthday, Wemberly worried that no one would come to her party. See, said her mother, there was nothing to worry about. This is the best birthday present ever. I wish I had my birthday today. But then Wemberly worried that there wouldn't be enough cake. On Halloween, Wemberly worried that there would be too many butterflies in the school parade. See, said her father, there was nothing to worry about. But then Wemberly worried because she was the only one. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. So even Grandma's pointing to a message here. Take it as it comes, okay? Don't worry about things. Make sure you experience it and see how it makes you feel first. So, Wemberly's grandmother has an interesting way of telling Wemberly not to worry. Besides talking to Wemberly, what else does grandmother do? So we've seen grandmother show us some signs. Can you let Miss Castine know? What else does the grandmother do? Look at what she's wearing. Is that a clue? All right, let's continue. Soon Wemberly worried. Wemberly had a new worry. School. Wemberly worried about the start of school more than anything she had ever worried about before. And her dad is saying, I loved school. By the time the first day arrived, Wemberly had a long list of worries. What if no one else has spots? What if no one else wears stripes? What if no one else brings a doll? What if the teacher is mean? What if the room smells bad? What if they make fun of my name? What if I can't find the bathroom? What if I hate the snack? What if I have to cry? She has a lot of worries. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. She worried all the way there. Have fun. Look what the grandma is wearing on her feet. Silly grandma. While Wemberly's parents talked to the teacher, Mrs. Peachum, Wemberly looked around the room. Then Mrs. Peachum said, Wemberly, there is someone I think you should meet. Her name was Jewel. She was standing by herself. She was wearing stripes. She was holding a doll. Ooh, I wonder if Jewel had the same worries as Wemberly. At first, Wemberly and Jewel just peeked at each other. This is Petal, said Wemberly. This is Niblet, said Jewel. Petal waved. Niblet waved back. Hi, said Petal. Hi, said Niblet. I rub her ears, said Wemberly. I rub her nose, said Jewel. Throughout the morning, Wemberly and Jewel sat side by side and played together whenever they could. Petal and Niblet sat side by side, too. Wemberly worried, but no more than usual, and sometimes even less. Before Wemberly knew it, it was time to go home. Come back tomorrow, called Mrs. Peachum as the students walked out the door. Wemberly turned and smiled and waved. I will, she said. Don't worry. Why do you think Wemberly tells Mrs. Peachum not to worry at the end of the story? What do you think? Let Miss Castine know. The end. So friends, I want to go back to the story, to the part where Wemberly's family tells her not to worry so much, and her mother and father gives her lots of hugs. I think they do that to help her feel safe. What else could Wemberly's family say or do to help her? What do you think? Okay, tell Miss Castine. And here's another one. When I go back to Wemberly and her friend Jewel. Let's go back to that page. When Wemberly meets Jewel. How are Jewel and Wemberly alike? How does that help them become friends? What do you think? How are Jewel and Wemberly alike? And how does that help them become friends? All right, friends, let Miss Cassie know. And I hope you enjoyed our second read aloud of Wemberly Worried. Have fun, stay safe, and stay healthy. Bye, friends.